Woohoo! Okay, how would you feel in this scenario? I am going to give you guys a scenario. I'm not going to tell you any other information, and I'm going to prove to you in under 5 minutes that your thoughts create your feelings. Okay, so you're going to need a piece of paper. You're going to write down these 4 emotions. I'm going to give you guys a second to do that. You're going to write down mad, sad, irritated, and compassionate. You write those down on a piece of paper somewhere. Got them? Okay, good. So, here's your scenario. You're at a party. You meet a woman. You've never met her before. You meet a woman named Jane. You're talking to Jane. Jane is looking over your shoulder. She seems to be more focused on something on the other side of the room than on your conversation. She's not really looking you in the eye. She doesn't contribute much to the conversation and somewhat abruptly ends the conversation and leaves. You never see her again. You know nothing else about her. That is your scenario. Now, I know that you are having an initial gut reaction, feeling, thoughts about that scenario. I want you to put those aside for a minute because this is not about that. There's no right or wrong. There's no, I'm going to tell you, well, you should think this. I'm going to give you 3 thoughts that you could potentially have about this situation. Okay, so clear your mind of what you did actually think of that. And imagine this, the thought that goes through your head after this interaction with Jane. Jane is such a rude person. She couldn't even look me in the eye. She didn't really talk to me at all and then just left. Put a number 1 next to the feeling that most closely matches what you're feeling if your thought is Jane is a rude person. So I'm telling you what you're thinking. If you think Jane is a rude person, imagine that for a moment. Put a number 1 next to the feeling that you have when you think that. Okay? Thought number 2. So wipe Jane is a rude person out of your head. Thought number 2. Oh my goodness, Jane is so shy. She couldn't even look me in the eye. She had trouble carrying on the conversation and she wanted to get away really fast. Jane is a shy person. Put a number 2 next to the emotion that you feel when you think Jane is a really shy person. Got it? Okay. Thought number 3 that goes through your head. I must be the most boring person on earth. Jane could not even look me in the eye. She was like totally thinking about other things and could not wait to get away from me. Put a number 3 next to the emotion that comes to you when you think, I must be a really boring person. Okay, so right there, I'm betting that you have a 1, 2, and 3 next to at least 2 different emotions, possibly 3 different emotions. It would be very rare if you had the 1, 2, and 3 next to the same emotion from those 3 different thoughts. So right there is your proof. The thought that goes through your head creates the emotion, it creates your mood. Now, I know some of you are thinking that's too simplified, and in different scenarios, I would, past experience has taught me things. I can read body language, blah, blah, blah. But the fact is, you know nothing about what was going on in Jane's life. And so the thought you have is the only thing that creates your emotions about that situation. That, for me, was life-changing. That is an aha, I'll drink to that moment for me. Go ahead and comment below if it's the same for you, if it's that like, whoa, oh my gosh, my thoughts literally change how I feel, my mood. If you have some other thoughts, I would love to hear those too. So go ahead and comment. Let me know what you thought of this little experiment. And I also know your next thoughts, which are, well, that's all great and fine, but how do I actually change my thoughts, right? How do I, when I really feel like, oh my gosh, I must be the most boring person on earth, how do I could tell myself, I could have the thought, well, Jane is just rude, or Jane is really shy, but I don't really believe that. In my head, I still think I must be the most boring person on earth. So how do I change that? That is some of the stuff that we're going to dive deep into with the Kick-Ass Life journey that I'm doing, this year-long journey that I'm doing with 12 amazing women. But if you want some more quick tip things like this, go ahead and join the Kick-Ass Life Project Success Club. It's on Facebook. It's a free group. And yeah, again, let me know. Hope you're having a great morning. How are you feeling?